Right now, Syria stands at a fork in the road of history. The next path they take will seal the fate of 25 million or so people. So this video is about what's next. Look, if I look exhausted, it's because I'm going on not a lot of sleep. I spent the past couple of days at Aeromed Lab's new test site in Nevada, Texas. Aeromed Lab uses AI-powered drones to deliver whole blood to wounded soldiers on the battlefield. And then this weekend, I took a crash course in Next.js. But hey, look at that. Look at this interface. This is the interface that's going to launch our drones. I'm pretty proud of that. And ideally, ATAC will be able to send data into this one problem at a time. Really, right now, I'm trying to figure out how to load maps. But if you want to learn more, go to aeromedlab.com. We still have the investor page running at WeFunder if you're interested in investing. But anyway, today I want to talk about something that's pretty close to my heart, which is Syria. I actually have an uncle who is Syrian. The news coming out of Syria this morning is monumental. After years of turmoil, Bashar al-Assad has fled the country. The government has collapsed. And now Bashar al-Assad is in Russia. Rebel groups like HTS are now holding key cities. This is a moment of incredible opportunity and also incredible danger. I know some of you are watching this from inside Syria. Let me say something to you directly. Please don't fight amongst yourselves. You have fought too hard and sacrificed too much to let this moment slip into more chaos. If you want a brighter future for your children, it is the time to unite, not fracture. Now, here's where things stand. The Assad regime is gone, but two major foreign powers remain deeply embedded in Syria. And that's Russia and Iran. Russia has long had a vested interest in Syria. They operate one air base and that naval facility at Tartus. It's basically their two strategic footholds in the Mediterranean. With Assad gone, Russia is scrambling to secure these installations. They've supposedly reached out to the opposition, trying to negotiate some sort of deal to kind of keep the bases intact. I don't know whether that will happen, but here's the catch. Without Assad, Russia's influence in Syria is waning. If Syrians push for true independence, this could be an opportunity to renegotiate Russia's role or even phase it out entirely. Now, let's talk about Iran. Tehran has invested billions in propping up Assad and arming militias like the boys in yellow to keep their influence alive in Syria. With the regime gone, Iran probably isn't just going to walk away quietly. This was a substantial investment. Alabam lam tan tahi. The game is not over, man. Iran might try to embed itself further by backing certain factions or exploiting certain sectarian divisions. We're already starting to see some people claiming that Christians are being harassed by Islamist forces. I don't know how true that is, and there's a lot of old footage out there that could be spread to say, look, ISIS is coming back in Syria, and a lot of misinformation out there, guys, especially if Russia has a vested interest in manufacturing some sort of Islamic threat. The Syrians, they have to be vigilant. Accepting foreign meddling again, whether from Iran, whether from Russia, or anybody else, just reopens the mistakes of the past. And speaking of foreign meddling, we got to talk about Turkey. Ankara has already made moves in northern Syria, and Turkish-backed forces are already fighting Kurdish groups. And we kind of knew this was going to happen. To my Syrian viewers, I implore you, be wary of trading one foreign entanglement for another. Turkey has its own agenda. And a big part of that is targeting Kurdish groups as they label terrorists. If Turkey takes too much leverage, it could lead to more bloodshed, especially for minorities like the Kurds who have suffered enough. So let's pivot to the rebels. Hayat Tahrir al-Sham and other groups, they basically have control. But leadership isn't just about taking cities, it's about building a future. Democracy isn't easy, but it is the best way forward. There's another Arabic proverb that goes, Al-Hadal al-Sas al-Mulk, Justice is the foundation of government. You know, if you want a lasting peace, justice must be your guide. Create systems where every Syrian, whether they're Arab, Kurd, Christian, Muslim, or Alawite, feels heard and valued. This is where I want to challenge all of you watching in Syria. You've overthrown a dictator, alhamdulillah, but don't replace him with a new form of tyranny. Build institutions that represent the people, not just the most powerful actors. Look at history. The strongest nations are ones whose power is shared, not hoarded. It is not going to be easy. Iraq is a perfect example of how an amazing people can do things so wrong without careful planning. But if you learn from others' mistakes and focus on unity instead of sectarian violence, there is a hope for a democratic Syria. All right, so what happens next? Russia's going to try hard to keep their bases, right? The Syrians must ensure that these negotiations benefit their sovereignty, not just Moscow's interests. Iran will they'll probably double down on their proxies. Syria should reject any attempts to turn that country into another battleground for Iran's ambitions. The future should be about Syria, not what the mullahs in Tehran want. And Turkey, those guys are just going to keep pushing their agenda in northern Syria. Be very careful not to give them too much control, no matter how much money, weapons, and drones that they dangle in front of you. Look, I really appreciate you guys watching, especially while I've been down in Texas doing Aeromed Lab stuff. This video is under Creative Commons, so feel free to take it, feel free to translate it to Arabic, feel free to spread it. And if you speak English instead of Arabic, grab a copy of my book, The Wind Machine. It's a story about a hedge fund manager who discovers information about a possible limited nuclear exchange with China. What is behind this candy cane door? And thank you guys so much for watching.
Oh no! 'Tis the office Christmas party, and I have nothing to wear.
Hey kid, what's going on?
Think tank!
Office Christmas parties can be tough, but a Christmas sweater from Bunker Branding can make it better.
Awesome! A very NORAD Christmas!
Yeah, it's got an American F-22 and a Canadian CF-18 escorting Santa on his midnight ride. But there's even more from Bunker Branding.
Alcoholics moving cargo.
Intel Life, Aerosol, Live, Laugh, Launch for Destroyer, Trident, HIMARS, and Patriot. Think outside the bomb. Drone Suite Drone, Department of the Boat People, landmines, and even the tow missile. It would behoove you to grab one today.
Can Bunker Branding help me with my sexual harassment complaint from work?
We're a t-shirt company. Have you tried not being a jerk?
No.